Welcome back. This is going to work now. I said 3 times the charm as we are live at the Parx Casino Sportsbook. We love it. Our spot. We've told you about the Parx Sportsbook online casino app many times. It's perfect time with the snowstorm coming. Perfect time to download and have some fun. It's championship weekend in the NFL. It's a lot of downtime. Make downtime your fun time with the app, and you can do all the props, everything we talk about tonight. You can bet on the app, as well as all the classic casino games, roulette, blackjack, craps, all the hot online slots. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours, and a $50 bonus on the slot game Triple Cash Eruption. So you can have some fun with that as well. Just remember, betparx.com is all the details. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, Michigan. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, Brain, let's do this, my brother. So let's begin in Denver, the early game. And both you and I are loving the Broncos. We believe in Stidham.
No, yeah, Anthony, again, as I said, every person who I work with, talk to, I don't know anyone who's on the New England side who does this for their job. I think this is clearly, this line is an over, to my opinion, over reaction to Bo Nix being out. Look, Bo Nix was a decent player for them, but again, this is not Lamar Jackson. This is not Patrick Mahomes. This is not Joe Burrow getting hurt. Let's calm down here. Let's pump the brakes. I mean, he's a mobile quarterback they've carried the victories, mostly because of the defense and strong running game when Dobbins was there. And he's been a passenger, quite frankly. You know, I don't say as an insult, but he's been a passenger. He's not been the driver of this team's success. So to me, Stidham, look, when you look at Anthony Stidham, the last 8 games he started in his career, you know, I understand 8 games is just 8 games, but it's not one game, right? 8 games is half a season. His yards per attempt, which is my personal favorite way to judge a quarterback, is almost about 7.5. Bo Nix is 6.3, which is brutal. Nix is around 7.5. So I will argue that maybe Nix is not as good of a passer as Stidham is. I think the game is going to be tight. I think it's going to be close. You want to give me 5 points? I did it. I like Denver here, guys. I think it's a 50-50 game.
So, I'm with you on all fronts. You have his stats. You have Stidham's stats in front of you. His game log.
I'll bring them up. Yeah, I'll bring them up. Yeah, give me not even 10 seconds. I'll bring them up. Yep. Okay, I got him here.
So he threw for 300 yards in a game. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, here, let me see. If I go to his game log, he hasn't had a ton of. He had in 2023, he threw for 272 and 224. And yeah, he did. He threw it in January. Wow, against the 49ers, he threw for 365 yards, 23 of 34, 3 touchdowns.
Okay. And this was in what year? 23?
2022.
2022. I'm trying to remember the Niners.
And then 2023, he started 2 games. He went 20 of 32 for 224, 20 of 34 for 272. Completion percentage around 61%.
Who was the 272 against?
This was the Raiders when they were not bad.
Yeah. No, I'm saying you throw for 365 in a game, you're not.
Yeah, it's not
horrible, right? Like if you could, I don't care who's against. The fact is that you're you're able to get the ball, push the ball down the field.
100%. And again, this guy, listen, as I said, Anthony, when you look at his stats, again, you know, he's played in 2022, 2023, he started 8 games. And in those 8 games, he completed over 62% of his passes, and his yards per attempt was looking at like about 7.7, which is a good number. That's a good number. That's not garbage.
No.
And I'm not saying he's great, but what I am saying is I don't think this is bringing in Brad Gable. I know we talked about that the other day in your show. Like, I don't think this is bringing in Brad Gable or Pat Ryan from way back when the Eagles lost Randall Cunningham that year.
That's great.
Yeah, and I don't think it's that.
Yeah, I think you're right. brother. I do. And here's the other thing. I think it's an overreaction to a couple things. One, Bo Nix, and two, how dominant the Patriots looked against the Texans and how they destroyed C.J. Stroud. Like, C.J. Stroud was horrible in the game, just horrible. But it wasn't just him, right? It was also the Texans, both tackles. I mean, they got destroyed on the O-line. There was no Nico Collins. There was no Dalton Schultz. They turned the ball over a million times. Like, and you could argue that they were still in the game. Like,
well, they were in the game. Were you kidding me? They absolutely were in the game. Look, I told you, were you the one who told me this, or VG, when you were on the show? I think it was VG said if he spiked the ball every single down, just threw it on the ground, his QBR rating would have been double what it was.
Yeah, because there was
that was my point. I said to you, I go, if me and you were playing quarterback that day,
right?
Not saying the Texans would have won, but I am saying it wouldn't have been impossible. You play, how's that possible? Well, you know what? Maybe I just kick a few field goals by running every play, and May didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, listen.
Now, the Texans defense is great, right?
Sean Payton, Anthony, you can't overlook that. This is a coach to me that is a definition making lemonade out of lemons. This guy to me is as good as anyone, and I really mean as good as anyone. And I absolutely think that you give him a guy like Stidham who's not a total stiff, I think he'll be fine. I really
agree.
do.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, and Denver's defense is good. It's not the Texans, but it's still a good defense.
It is a good defense, but you know it's interesting. I always thought it was a little overrated. And
agreed.
I got to tell you, man, if you're a Bills fan, first of all,
what happened to Surtain? Is he back?
Yeah.
Because when he left the game, he came back. I didn't know if there was.
I believe he's back. Yeah, but I got to just.
I'm sure he's going to play, but I don't know if he's banged up or not. That's my point.
Well, first of all, Bills didn't punt in that game, which was crazy. Josh Allen, I felt so bad. But did you see Terry Pagula? Did you see the interview with him? I've never seen an owner do what he did. I don't know if he saw it, heard about it.
I saw it.
I mean, have you ever seen anything more whacked out than that? That was
no. And you know what happened was.
No, I don't. Tell me.
Yeah, well, I think Sean told him how it was. He's kind of told him what time it was with the roster and some of the shortcomings and everything else. And
told the truth. He didn't want to hear the truth.
Nah, he didn't want to hear it.
It's interesting because Sean, and I tell you what, though, Anthony, I'll tell you what. Now, I'm not saying it's good for him that he lost that job. I'm not saying that because anytime you lose Josh Allen, you're never doing cartwheels, right? And but I'm going to say this: the guy who came out smelling like a rose, to me, was him. I'm sure every guy who's looking at that, who's running a team, is like, wow, he had the dysfunction of playing with that owner and that general manager.
Yeah,
and he had that kind of success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like and he handled it with utter class.
Yeah.
He didn't burn the bridges on the way out. I have no doubt. When I say no doubt, he'll get another job, just like Harbaugh did, or whatnot. And it's just a matter of what he wants when he wants to get back with his family. You know what I mean? But I have no doubt he'll get a job. But man, the Bills just organizationally, Anthony, they made themselves look so bad. I always wondered this.
I know.
Do they have any idea how bad they made themselves look?
Yeah.
It was just.
That was not a good press conference. Not a good look. Certainly not.
No, not a good look. But again, look, I understand he's frustrated. Look, that's a fan base that has never had a Super Bowl, and I just felt so bad. You see Josh Allen. They're if they play that game against Denver 10 times, Anthony, watching that game. I mean, I have no doubt they win 7 of them. I'm not even a doubt in my mind. And they caught 1 of the 3, they lose. They didn't punt. Allen had his worst game in years. I mean, careless with the ball, misses open receivers. For the guy who I think is the best player in the world, you expect him to play great, right? That's why he's the best player in the world. I'm not criticizing a guy who I think he's the best player in the universe. So when he has a game that's below his standards, I hurt for him. Like it actually, I watched that game, Anthony, and I'll be honest, I actually teared up because I felt bad for Josh Allen. I really hurt me. Because I knew what that meant to him, that city, and I knew.
Well, I mean, afterwards, it was beautiful with him being up. Like,
He's real.
That's
He's
the
a Philly
response,
guy for
man.
me.
Yeah,
He's like a
right. I
Philly
mean,
guy.
that's the
That's why I like him.
response.
He's
Although,
a real guy.
who would you rather have, Allen or Mahomes?
Allen at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still love Mahomes. If you,
Listen, you have all the facts on your side.
yeah,
You have the 3-time Super Bowl winner. I just, you know what it is, Stanley, to me? I think Mahomes is, I don't want to say regressed. That's not unfair, but I think he's not been quite as dominant as he was this first, let's say, 5 or 6 years post the last 3. And I think Allen just keeps going better, 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 better. Let me make this clear. If you say Patrick Mahomes, I'll shut up and be like, yeah, I get it. You know, but if you just, I just like the way Allen's built. Like, I just like he's such a like hoss. Like, he's so like big, strong. Now Mahomes obviously coming off the ACL. We'll see how that goes. But look, as a career, I mean, Mahomes' career destroys Allen's to this point. I'm just saying today, like, forgetting the past. If I don't see any of the past 5 Super Bowl appearances, you know, if I'm glossing over that, which you may say you're an idiot, but if you're glossing over that, just who would I rather have tomorrow, 2026, 2027, 2028? It's Josh Allen for me.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs O-line gave out, and they've struggled since then, and then that coincided with the receivers and no time to show.
Yeah,
so I'm still a Mahomes guy, but
he's amazing. Look,
Mahomes
Mahomes is phenomenal. Look, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
you know, he's on the path to potentially be the greatest player of all time. 3 Super Bowl. He's phenomenal. I mean, I'm not. Yeah. You know, look, that's the definitely you say you're splitting hairs. I mean, give me either one and you know, in a healthy year, and you could argue that's the best team in the NFL.
So I'm looking at the Broncos injury report. Pat Bryant, the rookie, in fact, he had 3 targets to start the game. He had 3 catches.
He's played well for them.
I like him a lot. Illinois. He had 3 catches to open the game, and then he got the concussion. He practiced full today, so that's a big deal. Troy Franklin, their other receiver, limited practice today. And J.K. Dobbins is the running back who's been hurt is back. He practiced limited. They're trying to get him ready for Sunday.
You know, it's interesting. A good buddy of mine, he gave me a bet he put in. And see, this is the stuff, Anthony, I love. I love when people are always thinking a day ahead, right? And he told me he bet like J.K. Dobbins at 500 to 1 to win Super Bowl MVP earlier this week. And that's the kind of stuff I love. You know, like that's the kind of stuff I love. You know, you want to, you know, you want to like thinking, okay, wait, J.K. Dobbins, guy hasn't even played. What are you talking about? How can you bet him win Super Bowl MVP? Well, let's think about it. If he comes back this week, or if he doesn't come back this week, they get 2 weeks off before the Super Bowl. It's theoretically, you know, maybe could potentially be more of a. They were already running team when he was playing. He was playing great, 2nd highest yards per carry in the history of the NFL. 500 to 1. I'm not saying 10 to 1. I'm not saying 4 to 1. Right. 500 to 1 , man. You don't got to be right off.
$2 gets you 1,000. You know what I mean? Think about that.
Gets you 1,000. And if he plays, do you think it's impossible that J.K. Dobbins has 18 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown, and the Broncos win a 20-17 Super Bowl?
Yeah,
that doesn't sound crazy to me.
No,
so,
it doesn't.
It was just something that I thought was not.
That's a fun little bet.
Fun little bet. Shout out to my buddy Rick. Came up with it.
Let me ask you a question. What is Bryant's totals?
Let me bring that up for you right now. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be listed because of the potential concern
of the injury.
With the injury. But give me like 5 seconds and I'll bring it up. Yeah. He's 32 and a half.
Dude, I like him. You know why? So they run those quick hitters with him. So those wide receiver screens, they're going to get him the ball.
Yeah, 2.5 catches, which I think is very reasonable.
I mean, again, he had 3 on the first drive before he got hurt.
Again, Anthony, I'm not fighting you on that. I think he's played well. And again, here's the thing. Look, again, let's see who got injured for them. Bo Nix got injured. not Joe Burrow here,
Right.
not some incredible, crazy good. By the way, here's his game log. Pat Bryant, his over under receptions 2.5. November 16th, 5 for 82. November 30th, 3 for 42. 12-7, 4 for 32. 12-21, 5 for 42. Then 4 for 31. And then he had 3 for 32 right away. They're making him 2.5 catches. It's gone over 6 straight games. I think it's a good bet.
Yeah, I would concur, my man.
It's a good bet.
What about Stidham's numbers? Would you look at overs there?
I bet Stidham's overs.
Yeah.
I bet over 195.5 yards. Again, to me, look, I think that, again, and I don't think Dobbins is going to play personally, even though we talked about that 500 to 1 shot on him, which I like as a bet, but it doesn't mean I love him this week, right? But I think Super Bowl, sure, maybe 2 more weeks off, he could do something. But to me, Stidham, again, is showing, Anthony, you said it. He had all those passing yards, 365 yards in the game. To me, again, this is not a guy that's going to be coming in completely helpless. I think he's going to get over 200 yards. I absolutely do
too. Yeah.
I think people are just, because he's a backup, are assuming he's utter trash. And I'm saying I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I'm with you. And think about 200 yards, right? Like it's nothing.
It's nothing.
And presumably, as an underdog, they're going to be trailing at the end of the game, which means you're going to be throwing. Right?
Sure, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And again, I just think that, that you have a chance here again. I think Stidham is underrated in terms of his passing yards. And I'll also say this, I did bet his under rushing yards. It was 15.5, 14. I thought that was a tad too low. Not that he's completely immobile. He's not. But I thought that was a little bit too high based off the data of what he's done in his career.
Gotcha.
Obviously, it's one game. He can run for 50 yards. But I thought that was a tad too high. And I thought that Trevion Henderson, 36.5 rushing yards, was a tad too high. If you've been following this Patriots team, Anthony,
Ramondre's back is the lead back. Yeah.
It's not now. It's no longer, like
a rev share.
Yeah, like the rev. Yeah, exactly. This is now Ramondre Stevenson's show. To me, Henderson's now much more of just a complimentary back when Stevenson's going out for a blow. And last week we got fake touches from Henderson because he had the eye injury, Stevenson. So you're going to see Henderson he had 14 carries for 25 yards. Well, those 14 carries would have probably been like 6 or 7 if Stevenson didn't miss 2 straight quarters.
Yes. What's his receiving yards? Because the other thing, he's so good at out of the backfield. They love to give him the ball out of the backfield.
Oh, Ramondre?
Yeah.
Ramondre's 2.5 receptions, which that's the one you give out last week, Anthony. I think that's one every week.
Yeah.
And it's 18.5 yards.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he's become the receiving back.
Yeah, and he can get that on one play. You bust one, and the next thing you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's you like that sort of thing because you never know. Like right before halftime, say it's like a dump off, you get cheap yards.
Cheap yards, of course.
There's a lot of way to get that. That's interesting. Any thoughts on the total? Right. So right now the total here at Parx. Okay, 42. You like the over?
Yeah, I think it's too low. And I'll tell you why. Denver, Anthony, again, I think their defense is a tad overrated. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying, look, they're good. They're in the freaking Final Four. But again, last week we watched Buffalo just destroy them. Destroy them. They didn't punt. They didn't punt. It was just, they scored 30 points. I personally think that this is a game where I think both teams are going to get to 20. I really do. Now, New England's defense is playing great. I will say this, Anthony, their defense is playing really, really well. But again,
their front, they run a lot of stunts.
Yeah, they've been good, obviously well coached. But I thought this total should have been closer to 45.
Agreed.
Because again, I'm not giving the quarterback downgrade that the entire world is. I'm not doing it.
No.
I'm not doing it. And so to me, I think we're getting maybe a 3 free points, and I'll take Stidham 3 points, 3.5 points on the total all day over Bo Nix. Now I get Bo Nix with the mobility. I understand it. But again, I absolutely think both teams are good enough to score 20 points. And again, I think Denver's defense is a little bit overrated.
Yeah, I'm down, man. How about the Pats offense? Let's think about that for a second. How does that work? How do you think they move the ball? Because I agree with you. I think Denver's defense is a tad overrated.
I'm not saying it's not good. Again,
right.
You're saying when you say someone is a tad overrated, it doesn't mean you're saying,
they stink.
They suck.
I know.
No,
I mean,
I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that I think that maybe
everybody's so defensive when it comes in. It's amazing.
What's that?
Everybody's so defensive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. And you know what I'm saying, Anthony? I'll just say this. I'm gonna show my work why I think I'm just saying a tad overrated. Down the stretch, Packers put up 27 on them. Packers, I don't think anyone would say is a great offense. They were mediocre at best. Jaguars put up 35 on them. Now, Jaguars are playing well, but 35 points, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then the Bills put up 30 on them. So down the stretch against teams that, they held the Chiefs when they're playing with the 7-string quarterback to 13 points. They held Trey Lance to a field goal. No offense, and I stress no offense. I'm not even. And the game before that was against the Commanders. Marcus Mariota in overtime put up 27.
No, I'm just looking at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did have in the non-fake games, and to me the fake games are the Chiefs game with the 5th-string quarterback and the Chargers game where the Chargers rest everyone, and the non-fake games, they were giving up legitimate points.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it real. And this is not some dominant, incredible, like the Texans defense was playing great, right?
Yes.
Like that was the defense you want to say, man, were they playing well? This is not that. Seattle's defense is playing well. This is not that. This is a defense that's, it's been good. It'd be like an NBA score. If I say you're averaging 17, 18 points a game, you're a good, solid player. Good. It's
yes.
Good.
Yes.
But you're not Lucas scoring 33. That's
right.
all.
Right. No, I'm with you. And it looks like, again, I thought New England ran the ball very well last week.
They did. And
Henderson,
Henderson, Stevenson's been really good for them, Anthony.
Yeah.
Give him credit. There's a guy who's overcome the fumble issues. He's played well. I actually still like Henderson too, but again, it seems like I can't question Vrabel. He knows what he's doing. I'll say this, Anthony. May, who's been so tremendous all year, both games, let's be fair. One amazing defense in Houston, one good defense in the Chargers. I think he would be the first to say his ball security sucked. He hasn't played well in either game. And he was a passenger in both these victories. He was not the reason they won either one of these games at all.
No, he wasn't.
And this is a guy who's supposed to be MVP candidate. I haven't seen it from him in these 2 games. Again, to me, this is an easy Denver pass game, and I'm rooting like crazy for New England to win a game between 1 and 5. That'll be tremendous for me personally. And I actually would like to see New England. I want New England to win the game anyway because I just would rather see Drake May in the Super Bowl than Jarrett Stidham. But I think this game is going to be tight. I think it's going to be close. By the way, my streak ended. I will admit it. I said that Texas would come down to the last play of the game. It did not. Although I said the Bears would come down to the last play. That one did.
By the way, it should have.
It really should have. It really should have. Actually, shouldn't. Actually, Texas should have just won. But look, we'll see how it plays out. But again, I think this will be a close game. And I think there's been an overreaction to the injury.
What was the
look at them?
No, in the Houston game, was that last play?
Oh, no.
Was that for the line? What was the line?
No, it's funny. It was 28-16 and what Anthony said. No, the over-under didn't affect it. The over-under was 40.5. The game line was 3.5. But if anyone who did not watch the play, they had a 4th and 5 from like the New England 40. And when I say the receiver for New England,
wide open,
7 yards wide open.
Yeah.
And CJ Stroud threw a 40-yard pass, 33 yards.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, that was it.
And that was it. And he just, from the moment that game started, I don't know what was going on with CJ Stroud. I don't know if I overrated him. Maybe if
I
the
think I
pressure
did.
got to him.
I don't know. Listen, part of me, he was awful, so I can't even give it an alibi. But in the other ledger, you can't forget their O line was just crushed.
No, you're right, Anthony. You're right.
And you had no Dalton Schultz. Even the backup got hurt. They were throwing to a third string tight end.
I know I asked you this, and because I respect your, I think you have
And
a very
no
good
Nico.
pulse.
Yeah,
I know you have a very good pulse how to handle things. From one of the reasons I really do respect you, like you're like sometimes, Brad, you can't, you're like me. You can't just be analytics. You have to have a feel for stuff. You're a good field person, right? You have a good pulse of like what, how's the team feeling? What should we do? I can't just read in a chart. What should I do here, right? I really believe that the coach let the team down by sticking with Stroud. I thought he was that bad where it merited a switch to a serviceable backup in Mills that's not god awful. Kind of we talk about Stidham. I thought that Stroud was so off the charts bad, and I can't worry about his feelings. I can't worry about him leaving as a free agent. By the way, that's another interesting one. I read they have to make a decision. Do they give him $65 million a year?
I can't do
this
that.
Is like one of those things where you just you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because he's a really hard one for me. Because I want to believe so badly that he's flat out good. Like I don't think he's Tua at all. I don't think he's Kyler Murray. But man, his playoff performance, Anthony, was something that I can't just disregard it and treat it like it's nothing.
No, I'm with you. Because you think if you have Kirk Cousins, you probably win the game.
Oh, Anthony, I'm going to say this again. They have Anthony Gargano handing the ball off.
Well, no, but all kidding aside, like if you have anybody that's like serviceable, so because I don't think Davis Mills wins the game. Now,
I agree. I agree.
Because at some point you got to throw the ball. Now, I agree. Here's where I'm with you. Like you could have talked me into it. I wanted to give Stroud the first drive of the second half.
Sure.
Because it's how it is. Sometimes they light it up. They have a bad first half. You come out.
It happens all the time.
And he actually got the ball down the field. There was a fumble. Was it Mark's fumble?
Yeah, Mark's fumbled the ball,
which was a really killer because they're going in and they're about to change the course of the game.
Yeah, it's funny because New England, Anthony, is getting maybe a little bit too much credit for that win because if you really break it down, like what you're saying, I think I think it's more Houston lost it than New England won. I give New England credit defensively, all the props in the world. All the props, but offensively, they didn't move the ball at all.
Yeah.
At all. And I just felt, again, they were so limited, the Texans, with injuries and just how Stroud played. And again, it's not that I'm taking away credit from their defense. They played great. But I don't know. Again, I don't know how really good New England really did look as opposed to just how bad the Texans looked.
Yeah, I think that's fair, buddy. I do. And I think that's, as we talk about this game and get into the weeds of it, it keeps bringing us back to Denver and the Broncos.
Again, to me, Denver, an easy side. Again, I'd rather take the 5 points than the money line, but I like the money line as well. But I'd rather take the 5 points. Again, these games, Anthony, as you know this, look, for every Eagles-Vikings game you get, most of these championship games tend to be pretty tight.
Yeah.
And I'm talking Eagles-Vikings game of 2017. Like this game should be a relatively close game. I'd be surprised if either team got margin. I'd be surprised if this was a blowout. I think this game will be decided, with 10 points or less. And, I'll take the 5 points because I really don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
If I was offered $1 trillion to pick the winner, I guess I'd pick New England.
Right.
But that's about it. It would be a lean. I wouldn't even know if I'd get it. That's funny. It would just be a lean. Because I think the game's going to be tight and close. Sorry about that. And I think that it's just too much of a overreaction to the injury.
I'm with you. Let's look at the night game. Rams and Seattle. So An interesting one, the trilogy. This is the rubber match between the two teams. It's so interesting because each team, the first one was a game which Darnold was terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible, right?
Yeah,
it was a vomit game for
was.
Darnold, and yet the Seahawks were still in it.
Anthony, look, you said it. Listen, me and you, Anthony, we've talked about a bunch. Me and you, we've really talked about Sam Darnold. We've talked about the Seattle team. From what would you say, Anthony? From like week 8, I said I thought this was the best team in the NFL.
Yeah,
I think I said it for about the last 10 weeks or so. And I know you wanted to see a little bit more, and you just didn't know if he was quite enough. If Sam Darnold could do it, I mean, because we watched Sam Darnold fail time and time and time again. It's like Charlie Brown with holding the field goal with the ball, and then he moves his finger, right? That's Sam Darnold. And then you see, I remember texting with you during the second game, and I'm like, geez, because I bet Seattle. We both thought Seattle was going to win easily.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, man, I'm an idiot.
There was no Devontae Adams.
Yeah, there's no Devontae. Yeah, everything was there, right? And I'm watching Darnold just look horrible. They're getting killed. And I'm like, I'm an idiot. And you're like, yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. and then Rashid Shaheed, who they trade for, and that's interesting. The guy has done as much as me and you have done for their team as receiving.
Yeah.
But
big returns. Yes.
He's paid for all that fourth round pick or whatever they gave up for him. He's paid for his salary and then some. He single-handedly won that game which is why they have this game at home field right now. He won that game against the Rams.
He did.
He got him off to a 7-0. They were going to win either way, but he got him off to a 7-0 lead last week. He's an electric returner. He got him back in that game in that game now. And again, that was just and then Mervis missed. There's one field goal he missed the entire year. Or Mervin's, whatever his name is, the kicker from where the one kick he missed was the kick to win the game. And so that was a game that, quite frankly, and the thing that just keeps sticking in my mind, and I can't. It was how easily Stafford passed the ball against the defense, and I thought was great without Adams. And to me, it wasn't like Anthony. It wasn't like hard. It looked like it was just like relatively, just having a sip of iced tea, just going down. And then this is.
I mean, it was 38-37.
Yeah, it was 38. He had to throw for 320 yards at least. I'm sure. I don't even need to look that up.
457 yards.
No.
Yes, 457. Think about
Are you sure?
I'm looking at it.
457?
29 for 49.
Wow.
457.
I didn't know it was that bad. Wow.
Puka, 12 catches, 2.25. 2.25. Xavier Smith, 57 yards. Mumfield, 40 yards. Davis Allen, 34. Ferguson, 33. Parkinson's, 21. Whittington, 19. So your 4 tight ends got that. And Kyron Williams rushed for 70 yards, too, on top of it. And he ran the ball 23 times.
Yeah. See, like, I can't just forget that. I say to myself, man, I can't let go of that. Now, I bet this line opened at 3. I knew there was a 0.0% chance that would stay at 3, and it didn't. I thought this line would be between 2 and 2.5. It's painted 2.5 right now. It's 2.5 everywhere. 2.5 right now on the Parx site. I would be stunned if it got back to 3 personally. I like the Rams a lot in teasers, teasing with 8.5. At the current line, 2.5. This game's just a pass for me. I mean, I think this game.
I don't know how you pick it, right? Like, I mean, I like the Rams, but let's face it, a couple things at play. One, I think McVay as an offensive tactician is really good, but I hate the way he manages the game.
I couldn't agree with you more. He gets away with it because of his reputation,
right? Like, he's so damn conservative with running the ball.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm watching that Rams game last week, Anthony.
Overtime?
There's 3 Forget overtime. There's 2:40 to go.
Yeah.
2:40 to go. They have 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, right, or whatever it is. So time's not a factor in terms of if you go run, and punt, Caleb has all day to score, right?
Right.
You can't say, oh, they only have 38 seconds to score. I trust the defense will not score. They're going to have over 2 minutes to score. So that argument's thrown out the window. Okay. You have the NFL MVP. 1st and 10, Kieran Williams 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Hate the 1st and 10 run call, but you know what?
Hate it.
2nd and 9, run. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now it's 3rd and 8. And I'm like, all right. Now here's what you have to say to yourself. Here's how you know that Sean McVay got it wrong. You're the biggest Bears fan, Anthony, in the world. You're Ben Johnson. You're Caleb Williams. You're the biggest Bears fan. Do you want him to run or pass there?
I want him to run.
You're on your knees. You're praying. You're in your church. God, please, just let him run one more time. I'll do anything you ask. Just run. I'll take my chances. I don't care if he's busting 80-yarder.
Right.
Just don't pass.
Yeah.
And they run the ball. Are you kidding me?
I know.
If you're
I don't get it.
Punt the ball on 1st down so you don't fumble.
Yeah. I don't know. And you know what they do too, which I hate, which is they have a defense on its heels. Yeah. And he'll go some tempo.
Yeah.
And it's especially if it's before the half or wherever. He's so afraid of the clock and he so wants the double. Like, listen, do I want a double? Yeah. Like, I like to score before halftime and then get the ball out of the second half and try to score again for the double. But listen, I got to score first. Like, I'm not going to waste downs by running the ball, especially when, and you know what he was doing too? He was allowing the Bears to substitute.
Oh, it was Anthony. If his name, I said this to you before, if his name was not Sean McVay, if his name was conservatively, what the 32 NFL teams, let's just say if he was one of 25 coaches in the NFL that didn't have Sean McVay or Andy Reid or one of those kind of guys' pedigree, do you realize how criticized he would have gotten?
Very.
And deservedly so.
Yeah.
People won't criticize him. And I'm like, why aren't you criticizing him? I mean, this is horrible. His I don't know. It actually, I gotta be honest, I can't say he's not a great coach, but what I am saying is there's certain part of his aspects, kind of like when Andy Reid used to have the issues with clock management back in the day, which he got over. Sorry. To me, McVay is certainly overrated in terms of how he calls his management of the game.
Yes.
His conservatism. It's going to cost them big time if he doesn't fix it.
Yeah.
He got bailed out. He got bailed out with his play calling because that was Anthony. That was horrible.
Horrible. I'm with you, man.
No one mentions it except you.
No, it really bugged me, man. It does. Listen, I think he killed. Nobody does too. He'll get up big. He wonders why he blows leads all the time.
Eagles game, he did the same.
Right.
Stuff.
Like, what are you going conservative? Go for the throat.
Anthony, it's so
I think
funny.
He's a brilliant
why can't
dude.
Be like you and say this. I don't get why can't other people in the media be like you? Does he have like a clause? Sean McVay can't be criticized, or you're
I don't get it,
I don't
man.
know.
I don't get it. And again, I think he's brilliant, designed the offense. I'll give you all the love in the world. But as a guy managing the game, he's not good. He's too conservative. Anyway.
Way too conservative.
Oh, man. All right. Let's keep going. And let's keep diving through this thing. So, what do we think about Puka? Puka goes wild. Without Devontae Adams, 225 in that game.
Yeah, he was just absolutely sensational. Puka, 7.5
he was quiet
catches.
Last week.
He was 7.5 catches, sitting at around 91 yards. Look, I mean, I can only look over personally for Puka.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fade that. Now, again, here are the things there, Anthony, that I always just wonder about. And this is why I'm not a coach. But I've always wondered this stuff. Like certain times you're watching a game and you're watching Puka Nacua get every single catch, and I like as a fan, just as a stupid fan, I'm like, I don't care. Like kind of like I said, I don't care if it's 3rd and 8. Please just run. I don't care what happens. If you run, I'm forever grateful. Sometimes I'm just like, throw the ball to anyone you want other than Puka. I don't care if it's a touchdown. I don't care. I'll live with it. I just can't see one more catch to this guy. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, with Seattle defensively, are they going to say, listen, we got away with one last week, or 2 weeks when they played him before. We can't let this guy go off for 12 for 200 again.
I mean, I know.
We got to make adjustments.
The first game, he had 7 for 75.
Yeah, and that was a game they were playing from in front the entire way, though. Also, it probably would have been worse if they were. Although Seattle Stevens played really well that game, but to me, 7.5, 90. I mean, again, I'm not fading that. I am not fading that. I'm just not. I'm not. I thought the number should be between 7.5 and 8.5. I thought his over-under should be closer to 100 yards. Haven't bet it yet, but again, no thank you in fading Puka.
So I'm just looking at that first game, which was interesting. And Seattle had the ball. Listen to this: 37 minutes and 49 seconds. The Rams 22 minutes and 11 seconds.
Anthony, it's interesting. Both games, the opposite team should have won.
Yeah.
People don't. But the thing is, people remember the second game, but people don't remember really that first game. Darnold was just. Now here's the thing about Darnold. Again, Anthony, let's be fair. Again, he got a game last week where they score the touchdown right away. He doesn't need to pay, but he passed the ball 15 times. Right. He didn't even have a chance to be nervous. So we'll see when the spotlight on him in a game where he's going to need to score 20 points here. I don't think they're going to hold the Rams to like 10 points or something like that.
Nah.
You're not going to get that kind of weather. So to me, they're going to need him to play well. Can a guy who's never played well in a big game, in the NFL at least, can he do it?
So in that game, he threw for 270, 22 for 34. And that was the good game. In the bad game, he threw all those picks. He was, let me go back and look at it. He was awful in that game.
He was really bad. I think he had 4
dude.
or something like that.
Yeah, it was bad. So in that game, he threw 29 of 44, 270, and the 4 picks.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, 4 interceptions.
He's thrown for significant yards in both games.
Yeah. I mean, no, he has. Again, I think this game will be tight. I'd be very surprised if it's not a good game. I really would. I would be very. I talk about games. Look, both these games should be good games. So you have to say which game I'm more confident it'll be a close game. I would say this game. If I just had to just pick, I think there's a little more variance in the other game. This game, I think the winner of this game probably will win the Super Bowl, especially if it's Seattle. If Seattle wins this game, I actually really think they will win, because if they could beat this Rams team, I think they will beat the winner of the AFC. Not quite as much confidence in the Rams if they win, but if Darnold can get this one off his bugaboo, so to speak, maybe I'll fall for it. I think that they'll do it. But again, this should be a really good game. 2 really good teams here.
And here's the other thing about Seattle. They lost Charbonnet. So Charbonnet is a good secondary back.
Yeah.
And he's out, obviously, the season-ending ACL last week. So you got Walker. That's it.
Yeah, but again, if Walker doesn't get injured, that's not – look, losing Charbonnet, tough runner. I love him in college. Tough runner, winner. I like the guy, but that's not going to kill them in this game, in my opinion. I think just using Walker the entire game's fine. I mean, in reality. More explosive player, but not a guy, but he's also a guy that's not as good as short yardage. Like, to me, Charbonnet on some of the short yardage plays, tougher runner than Walker, doesn't dance as much.
They'll run. They're going to play that kid Halani.
Right, correct. We'll see again. We'll see how this game plays out. I think it's going to be a really good game. Again, a lot of respect for Seattle, Anthony. And I think what they've done is remarkable. I think they have been incredibly consistent.
Yeah.
Incredibly
Yeah.
consistent.
I do too.
And and look, I'll say this though, from their side of the ball, JSN, they have his receptions at 6.5. I like his over 6.5 because to me, when I look at this game, similar to what I said about the Rams, like Seattle's gonna have to score here. And I know he only had 3 catches last game, but that was, that was if you really look at JSN's, game log 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 8, 7, 7, 8, 9. Most of the games he's gone over, he had a 5, he had a 6 in the next to last game. They beat San Francisco. And then last week's game, I'm really not even going to count because they were up 40-0. They just didn't need him. They're not going to have that in this game. I think he gets his 7 receptions.
Yeah, I like the over yards too. I'm with you. I think he goes bananas. I can see Smith and I like Darnold's over passing yards.
Didn't touch that. I didn't play the under, I didn't play the over. But yeah, I hear you. We'll see. Darnold, this is obviously the biggest game of his career, Emily. This is the biggest game of his career.
Yeah.
His pass yards are sitting at 234 right now on the Parx site.
Over.
So
yeah,
we'll see.
Hey, before we get out of here, let's touch on a couple items. Saturday afternoon, the Sixers who are playing the Rockets tonight take on the Knicks. ABC game at the Xfinity Center.
Yeah.
What do you Knicks look horrendous?
Yeah, it's funny. They called it a team meeting. I knew they were going to pull out the Nets. They called, look, the Knicks have been, what can you say? They've been disappointing. They started off like a house on fire, and now they've just been horrible.
They're down to 26 and 18.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. They're only 8 games over after that start they had. Wow.
And I don't know if you remember. It's funny. I don't know if I told you this. I have this streak going where 3 years ago, my biggest bet in the NBA was the Kings 100-1 to win the division. They won it. 2 years ago, I had 2 co-bets. Oklahoma City and Orlando at 10-1 to win the division. They both won it. Last year it was the Rockets at 15-1 to win the division. They won it. This year it was Toronto at 45-1 to win the division. They're still lurking.
Dude, hey, you know what?
Game and a half back.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get there because freaking Boston just never loses. But
they don't lose.
On Boston. I've been dead wrong on Boston. They've been way better than I gave them credit for. I thought Boston was
so did I.
Walking.
I thought
they've actually been quite good. But the Sixers, Anthony, look, it's a confounding team. There's certain times you just want to. I keep thinking I like the future. I love the back. I just love Edgecombe and Maxey, but they're just too inconsistent. They're too. And Embiid, what do you ever get with Joe Embiid? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just every single game with the guy is Joel Embiid playing is, it's going to be that way the rest of his career, unfortunately.
So, Brain, this is a sad weekend, right?
Oh, because you don't say another word.
Saturday,
you don't say another word.
There's no football.
Yeah.
For the first time since August, there's no football on a Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm looking at Saturday night going, there's no football.
Yeah, it's Anthony, look, me and you talk about it. It's just, it's funny, like these next, I guess it's going to be February, March, April, May, June, July, whatever, 7 months or whatever it is. It's horrible. It is absolutely
I know.
horrible.
I don't want to wish away my life.
Yeah.
Until football comes back.
It's
you only get so many of these seasons.
It's the only sport I truly love. I watch every game of it. It's just not like that for me in baseball or basketball or hockey.
No.
Keeping it real. I'll watch, but I don't watch.
I'm into it, but it's not like that.
And not like that. And we're down to 3 games left in the season, and it is what it is. Look, I'll be following the Sixers, rooting for the Sixers, enjoying them. Flyers have been better, obviously, this year. But I mean, Anthony, real quick, we talked about the Phillies for a second, but Anthony, I don't think the Phillies are a better team than last year. Can you tell me you think they're better? If you're being fair?
I mean, let's examine it. All right. So the lineup's the exact same, except you got Garcia for Castellanos and Crawford for, I don't know, whoever it's going to be out there. Like, I don't know if they still may make a play for what's his face, center fielder that was here, hard nose
Bader.
Thank you. They still may make a play for Harrison Bader, but right now the outfield, and I like Adolis Garcia. I think Garcia has a renaissance at Citizens Bank Park. Like I think he can hit 27 home runs.
Yeah, well, that's a big if. But if you're right,
it is a big if. No, you're right. So let's be fair and call it a wash from last year.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Lineup wise, well,
just the outfield. I'm just in the outfield first.
The outfield, okay. But I will say this:
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Bader actually really, again, I'm not saying he ever would have done it again, but the games he played here, I actually thought he was quite good. Now, I'm not saying he ever would have done that again.
No. He was good, but I'm hoping that Garcia Crawford is better than Bader
and Castellanos. Okay, all right, I'll give you that. Let's go.
All right.
I'll give you that.
So now we got the diamond. JT, same. You're older, same. Bryce, I think I'm hoping has a better year. But Schwarber, I can't expect Schwarber to do what he did last year.
Impossible.
So that's a wash. Stott, Bohm, Turner, Turner's great. I like Turner. I think you're going to get decent out of him. Is he going to lead? Is he going to get the batting title again? Probably not.
But Anthony, what happened? And you said this. I mean, I've watched you on here 766,000 times say it. This lineup, and I'm agreeing with you. You said this lineup in the postseason, this isn't the right mix. Your words. You've said it. These are
I agree with you.
Copying you, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm just trying to examine this year. I love the question. Is this team better this year than last year? So the lineup, listen, the lineup is what it is. I don't like it. I don't think it's, I don't think it's balanced. But,
right.
Well, let's just say it's a wash. I think it's a wash.
Okay, I'll give you the wash, but we already said the wash wasn't good enough.
Right. No. But you just like last year versus this year. Like that's it.
Okay.
Last year, we know it ended.
Let's go to the pitching then. Go to the pitching.
So this is interesting, right? So the starting pitching, obviously you're taking a hit, right? So you got no Ranger.
Yeah.
All right. And you got Wheeler going to start late. And you don't even know what he's going to give you. Right. So clearly the rotation, you got to pray that Painter is legit.
Correct.
And that Nola has something left.
Correct.
And oh, by the way, that Sanchez is
still
really
the best pitcher in the league.
Yeah, exactly. He was phenomenal last year.
He was second in Cy Young.
I thought he should have won it. But there you go. So obviously the start now the bullpen I like better because you got Durant for a full season.
He's true.
And I like Keller, right? You got another lefty. Listen, say what you want about Alvarado. I mean, he's a power lefty, and there are not a lot of power lefties out of the pen.
Okay, no, I'll give you that. I'll give you the bullpen is improved for sure.
So that's it. So you're right. I mean, are they a better team this year? No.
And that's to me, Anthony, is why. And it's funny. I actually did like the fact that they admitted it. The Phillies, was it Dombrowski? He goes, he was crushed that they didn't get Bichette.
Yes.
He goes, it was crushing. And I like the fact he wasn't like, oh yeah, not a big deal, We don't
No, it was
he's like, yeah, this hurt us.
Yeah, it was a crushing blow. It was.
Went to our biggest rival.
Yeah.
And look, I'm never going to get on the Phillies for not spending because this team has spent. I can't like say this isn't cheap organization that hasn't given to the fan base here because I think they have. So I'm not going to be one of those guys that piles on and say, well, why don't you
I
just
know.
give
I
Bichette
almost
more?
regret my little tirade, but I was so mad that they lost Bichette. So
So
mad,
was I.
But I mean, I
But
can't.
Cohen has more money than God, Anthony. Again, there's
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
guys, the Dodgers and the Mets to me
yeah,
are playing just unfortunately in a little bit of a different level playing field
yeah,
than
yeah.
everyone else.
I mean, it's
And you want to
stupid.
say they should have done it anyway?
Like 42 million for the year is stupid. It's
It's
just
just so
stupid.
much. Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah,
It's just a lot. Yeah, it's
yeah.
just so.
Anyway, that'll do it for us, buddy. A lot of
Appreciate
fun,
you, buddy.
man. Always great
Yeah,
talking.
I know. I know. I can't
We're
believe
gonna
it's,
have to go in and do a state of the NBA, a
yeah,
state of college basketball. Have you been playing college basketball at all?
yeah. I have all my Michigan boys. Pretty good. Pretty good start for them. I think right
Yeah,
now they seem like the best team, but a lot of things. Yeah, college basketball is in a good spot. It's been a good year. I've enjoyed it very much. NBA, OKC. It kind of seems like after they're threatening to break the all-time record, Anthony. Seems like I'm not saying they got bored, but they're
yeah.
not breaking the all-time record. I'll tell you that.
No,
I've been enjoying the Sixers, so I mean, I will say this: that the one only about the Sixers that's made me sad. There's only one thing. I wonder if you say the same thing. Besides the whole Embiid, whatever, that's gonna be what it is. But for me, Anthony, Jared McCain, I was just, for a guy that last year looked like he was, I don't want to say a superstar. That would be disingenuous. But a guy who looked like the best player in the draft, maybe a guy who looked like an incredible pick, a guy that looked
yeah,
terrific, and every time I watch him, he looked great. And I don't know if it's I don't know, you would know this better than me. Is he hurt? Is it his confidence?
yeah.
Is it all the above? He doesn't look like he even should be in the NBA right now. Which I
No,
guess he's not.
no. He's really slow, dude. Oof.
But I'm saying, it was all because
I think I'm gonna say it's the injury. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, he's rough. It's a shame, man. It really
Yeah.
is. Real quick this weekend because we're here. We're talking about college basketball. How about Nebraska? 19-0, the Huskers,
Unbelievable.
man.
Unbelievable.
I was talking to Matt Roll. He was on the jet recruiting.
19-0.
I go, dude, how about the basketball team? Oh my God. He's like, it's great, isn't it? Oh my God. Deep down, he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like Indiana in
19-0.
football, right?
Yeah, man.
By the way, when
Nebraska
you
in
talk about that game,
basketball.
that was a really good. That was a good finals, Anthony. I give Miami
It
credit.
was awesome, man. Yeah, it was.
And by the way,
fantastic.
Tony, that guy's like looking at Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
And that was an exciting game. And I got to tell you what, I don't know what he's going to be in the pros, Mendoza, but I'll root for him. He seems like a modern day Tebow. Like he just seems like a hardworking.
But
nice
with
guy.
a skilled thrower, though, he's an accurate passer.
Oh, no, I meant personality wise.
Yes, I agree.
Very humble to like a crazy level where he just puts all his faith in his teammates and God and like just trying to just be.
I agree. I love him. Yeah, I'm with you and I see it the same way as always. Yeah. UConn Villanova. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's UConn, Anthony. Look, 18-1. They've been really, really good. Villanova having a very nice year. They're sitting at, I think, 15-3, 15-4. That should be a great game.
I think this is a come down. I think this is a one of these games where you know how it is, right? Like where you go, hey, we've got off to a good start, but come on.
Where's the game? Where's the game? Is it at
UConn?
UConn. Okay. As I say, was that Nova? The line's going to be very, very thin.
No, it's at UConn.
I think that line's going to be probably like 8-9 area.
You got like Illinois, Purdue is a good one. That's Saturday.
Yeah, that's another good. Illinois, another team that's playing really, really well. Purdue, who they got blown out by, but I think Purdue's really, really good. I know they had one really bad performance. Look, there's so many, Anthony, I got to tell you, college basketball this year is so healthy. I mean, it's so healthy. I mean, Michigan, I think, is terrific. Duke is really good. Arizona's really good. Houston's really good. BYU's really good. Connecticut's really good. Illinois is really good. Gonzaga's really good. There's so many teams that are just
and they all
really
can
awesome.
win it. Like, it's just
They
kind of
all
cool.
can.
Yeah.
Texas Tech started off slow. I like them.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of, again, the sport's in a good place.
Yeah, it is. It ain't football, though.
Yeah.
My brother, we love you, buddy. Thank you, Brain.
Appreciate you. Go Sixers, down by 4 right now.
Go Sixers is right. Clap your hands, everybody. Don't forget, everything that Brady and I talked about, you can play on the Parx Sportsbook online casino app. As we get Snowmageddon, there's always a great time to make downtime fun time. So all those props that we talked about, college hoop, right? All the games, check it out on the app, all right? Have some fun, and your live dealer blackjack and roulette and craps, you can play those. You play all the hot slots. And new customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours, plus $50 bonus on triple cash eruption. BetParx.com is all the details. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, Michigan. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, Tyler, thanks, man. Good job fixing this thing. Appreciate everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.